Let's rewind and go back to the beginning. Perhaps Atlantis was about the human genetic experiment, trying something on Earth that failed in other places. Perhaps it began with Lyran human genetics. The Lyrans, known as the universal founder race from the Lyra star cluster, or what's called the Cradle of Lyra, the creators of 12-strand angelic human DNA hard light technology, an amazing symphony of frequencies to render a consciousness into a reality in the ideal human form. Then, other species see the success of the Lyran human genetics, and they want to be part of it. But because of its advanced encryption, its genetic DNA source code can't be reverse engineered. It can't be copied or stolen. Perhaps when this is realized, over 500 species go back in time to be part of this genetic experiment from the beginning of Atlantis. These 500 species are actually hybrids of 10,000 species. What are the Lyrans? They represent ET races from the star constellation known as Lyra, with its brightest star named Vega. Lyrans are humanoid. They include the feline human races and even races that look like the Na'vi from the Avatar movie. The Na'vi, whose name means dreamwalker, walking with lucidity in the dream. Perhaps you are a dreamwalker. The Lyra star cluster is also known as the Cradle of Lyra, the cradle of civilization, the birthplace of civilization. It's also home to this. The Ring Nebula, known as Messier 57, which is located south of the star named Vega. It's also known as the third eye of the galaxy. It does look like an eye always watching. For myself, I find this image of the Ring Nebula very familiar because as I was awakening in this lucid dream in the year 2017, before I would see a vision in my head, it would always start with this image first. With my eyes closed, I would see the Ring Nebula. Then a tiny dot of light in the center of the nebula would appear. Then that light would zoom in closer and closer, and then visions would begin as that light turned into a screen to see the visions. The fractal images of one vision morphing perfectly into the next. Perhaps you've seen this image in your mind as well, or have had similar experiences. Perhaps if you haven't yet, you will. Perhaps watching these Symphony of Reality videos is accelerating an awakening process within you. Perhaps, at the least, this image fascinates you. Perhaps it's a calling card from your relationship to Lyra, your connection to Atlantis.